released body cam footage from a standoff earlier this month where officers confronted a man pointing a rifle at them.
Police were initially called out to the house after neighbors in the far northeast side neighborhood said the man was aiming that gun at them. This is footage from the May 6th incident on Knoll Hollow near Bulverde Road and Loop 1604. After speaking with neighbors, officers at the scene tried to talk to the suspect, 22-year-old Brian Spangrud.
Put the rifle down. Come over here. Walk over here, please, to the sound of my voice. It's all right. We're here to help you out.
You hear officers trying to start a dialogue with Spangrud. The footage then shows him eventually stepping out of the house and standing just outside the front door, still holding a rifle. And then he goes back inside.
And moments later, the video shows Spangrud running out of the house towards an SAPD vehicle with gun in hand. Officers are then seen taking cover behind a patrol vehicle, shouting instructions. Investigators tell us Spangrud does not respond and continued to shout at officers. At one point, you see Spangrud leaning against the hood of a police vehicle, posting the rifle into a shooting position. Police say that's when a supervisor on scene fired several shots at Spangrud, hitting him once in the left arm. And you can see officers then rush. We'll have more on this video a little bit later tonight, but after the video continues, you see officers rush in after he's shot and they begin giving first aid to Mr. Spangrud. He was then taken to the hospital for treatment. He is charged with 2 counts of deadly conduct and aggravated assault on a peace officer. Courtney will have much more on this tonight.
Tonight at 10. An Amber Alert issued for 2 San Antonio children continues, and authorities are also looking for a woman wanted in connection with their abduction. Police are searching for 26-year-old Khadija Falks in connection with their abduction. She is described as 5 feet 5 inches tall with black hair and brown eyes with a weight of 120 pounds. Police are also searching for 29-year-old Julio Najar Trevino. He was last seen in San Antonio driving a gray 2008 Saturn Aura with Texas license plate number SWS 6018. The 2 children were last seen on Thursday in the 3200 block of Bullmore Drive. Anyone with information about the abduction is asked to contact the San Antonio Police Department at 210-207-7660.
A 4-vehicle crash lands 1 driver behind bars facing DWI charges tonight, but they didn't cause the initial crash. It all happened around 1:40 this morning on Northwest Loop 410. Police say a red Pontiac slowed down to avoid hitting a disabled vehicle in the far right lane. Then they were struck by a Chrysler, which veered into the center lane. Then that Chrysler was hit by a Mercedes. The driver of the Pontiac suffered a broken arm and was taken to the hospital. While police checked the other people who were involved in the crash, they say the driver of the Mercedes was intoxicated and arrested at the scene.
A driver was arrested for intoxication assault after a crash left 1 person in critical condition. This one happened at 4:40 a.m. on I35 near Burbank High School. Police say a Chevy Impala was making a U-turn in the southbound lanes when it was T-boned on the passenger side by a Chevy Colorado. The 24-year-old woman sitting in the Impala as its passenger was unresponsive at the scene. She was immediately taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The driver of the Impala found to be intoxicated and arrested for intoxication assault.
The first floor of an apartment complex was engulfed in flames as families and their pets managed to escape. It happened last night just before 10 in the 500 block of Heimer Road. Firefighters found the first floor on fire, which quickly spread to the second floor. They were able to act quickly and put it out. Residents inside the apartments managed to escape along with their pets thanks to some help from those firefighters. The cause of that fire unknown right now. An investigation will determine what sparked it. Meanwhile, management for the apartment complex helping relocate those affected residents.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced Saturday night that House Republicans and the White House have reached a tentative deal to raise the federal government's debt limit, ending a months-long stalemate. The White House immediately began making phone calls to garner support for the deal and will brief Democrats virtually on Sunday afternoon. ABC's Jay O'Brien on how McCarthy expects the bill will have Republican support, with a vote in the White House possibly as early as Wednesday.
Just days before potentially catastrophic U.S. default, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced Saturday evening Republicans had come to an agreement in principle with President Biden to raise the debt limit. In a statement, the president calling it an important step forward and a compromise. The president speaking with McCarthy Sunday afternoon to review the finalized language of the legislation.
Make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. I think we're in good shape.
McCarthy praising the deal, calling it good for the American people.
It doesn't get everything everybody wanted, but that's in divided government. That's where we end up. I think it's a very positive bill.
After the tentative agreement was reached, senior White House officials immediately began calling a number of House Democrats to sell them on the deal. In a letter to fellow House Democrats, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said the text of the legislative bill would be available for their review shortly after McCarthy and the president spoke Sunday afternoon, telling CBS.
I do expect that there will be Democratic support once we have the ability to actually be fully briefed by the White House.
McCarthy pledged lawmakers would have 72 hours to read the text of the bill before a vote expected on Wednesday. But over in the Senate, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer warning his colleagues of the potential for Friday and weekend votes in the event of filibusters by either side of the aisle. McCarthy saying he's confident the bill will pass the House with a majority in his conference supporting it.
You're going to have Republicans and Democrats be able to move this to the president. The president agreed with this bill as well.
Sources tell ABC News the deal would keep non-defense spending roughly flat through fiscal 2024, increasing just 1% in 2025. It fully funds medical care for veterans and phases in new work requirements for recipients of SNAP benefits. There will be no changes to Medicaid requirements, and it would streamline the review process for certain energy projects. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, the Capitol.
Well, Memorial Day might be tomorrow, but people have already started paying their respects to fallen veterans. We hear how some volunteers at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery are doing their part in honoring those who served.
Memorial Day is tomorrow, but today people nationwide are taking time out to remember and honor the brave soldiers who died protecting our freedoms.
Right here at home in Military City, USA, Alyssa Cole takes us to Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, where volunteers spent the morning placing flags at each and every veteran's grave.
It's a somber yet grateful moment for hundreds of volunteers as they march through the historic Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, memorializing soldiers who've passed on.
Well, this is about service to these veterans who sacrificed so much for our country. It's truly an honor to come out and spend some time together as a family placing these flags. So.
This three-generation family helping place 125,000 American flags at headstones, teaching the little ones early.
People who gave their lives for our country, and I think it's great to just give them some recognition.
This Army company working together, remembering their brothers and sisters.
I'm part of something bigger and not just myself, and that I can help out even if it's just on Memorial Day or in the future, man.
As the morning's gentle wind breathes by, the red, white, and blue flag waves, symbolizing sacrifice.
A lot of stuff that we do in the service may not be seen or heard of what we do, but the small minor details is what makes people's lives outside of the service a lot easier.
Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's head outside with live cam here this Sunday evening. We've got a decent amount of cloud cover in place here in San Antonio, but we have managed to see a few peaks of sunshine out there. Temperatures, though, a bit below average for this time of year. Right now, we're in the low 80s here in San Antonio. And for the most part, I think below average temperatures are still in place as we head into Memorial Day tomorrow. Not just that, though, we will need to monitor for a hit or miss storm chance. It's not going to be for everybody, and it's not going to be a washout of a day. But if you do have any outdoor plans, probably a good idea on keeping an eye to the sky and checking the radar. We will start to see those rain chances subside and temperatures crank back up heading into the middle to later portions of the week. All those details after the break.
When we left here last night, we left Mia behind. She was sticking around to watch the radar. I hope you weren't here very late.
We were here a little late. Just for our friends out in our western counties, we had some overperforming thunderstorms that were pretty noisy as they crossed over the Rio Grande and into Valverde, Kinney, Maverick counties, and that even continued closing in on the I35 corridor very, very early this morning. But then after that, for the most part, this Sunday, we have dried things out a bit, and that is still the case for the vast majority of our area. We just have a few very stray showers showers pushing across our far southern counties. And recently, we'll zoom this in on the far northern reaches of Bexar County near Johnson High School, the 281 corridor, even closing in on the Timberwood Park area. We've seen a few little downpours develop. This is north of 1604. So it looks like those are making a little trek up to the north. So Timberwood Park and Bulverde over the next 30 minutes could see a quick splash of rain there as well. But for the most part, I think rain chances are pretty isolated throughout the remainder of this evening. As we head into our Memorial Day, we've got about a 40 to maybe 50% potential to find some scattered showers and storms develop, especially by midday and into the afternoon hours. It is not going to be for everybody. Don't cancel your plans, but have that backup indoor option available should you briefly need to move things inside. Temperature-wise, we'll start off near 67 by 7 a.m. here in San Antonio. Daytime highs headed for the low 80s, which is below average for this time of year. So let's walk you through the setup, the big picture of what we're going to be monitoring over the next 24 hours. Little complex of storms north of Dallas, another one in between us and San Angelo. Already some activity, though, over the mountains of Mexico. We'll need to monitor that, maybe an isolated strong storm once again across our far western counties later on tonight. But you can see as we take a look even farther off to the west, there's a little dip in the jet stream here. That's actually an area of low pressure, a little disturbance that's going to track eastward and push across the Lone Star State throughout the day tomorrow. This is 6 a.m. It's now moving into western Texas, and it's going to scoot across our area throughout the day, and that could provide just enough lift and energy to get some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms going. So here's the latest pass at our futurecast, depicting what the radar could look like here into our Memorial Day. This is this evening, just very few isolated stray showers, maybe a quick rumble of thunder possible. Most of us miss out, but as we head into the pre-dawn hours of our Monday, kind of like what we saw last night, maybe an isolated strong storm could move into our far western counties, depending on how that cluster of activity currently over the mountains of Mexico holds together. And then throughout the remainder of the day, this is 10 a.m., a few isolated showers possible, more widely scattered into the early afternoon hours. Again, it's just not going to touch everybody, but you will want to keep your eye to the sky, keep your eye on the radar just to be on the safe side. So that's going to be the general theme. Spotty hit or miss storms possible. Don't cancel your outdoor plans, but have a plan B at the ready should you need to use it. And then below average temperatures, low to mid 80s currently expected for those daytime highs. Speaking of which, 82 degrees right now over at SA International, a dew point of 63, not overly oppressive, but that humidity is a bit noticeable out there. We'll see those temperatures fall into the 70s after the sun goes down. Again, that isolated chance for rain closer to San Antonio this evening. We'll monitor the radar updates tomorrow on your KSAT Weather Authority app. Then after that, rain chances come down, temperatures come right back up closer to where we should be for this time of year, guys.
It was nice having those lower temperatures today, so look forward to that tomorrow as well. Thanks, Mia.
Former Spur Derek White comes up clutch in Game 6, forcing a Game 7.
That's right, and this is a rare situation. Again, no team in NBA history has ever come back from a 3-0 playoff series deficit. The Celtics are on the verge of doing it, thanks in part to Derek White with a shot with 1/10 of a second left. When we come back, we'll get his thoughts on the miraculous play. Plus, Kansas softball is returning to the state for the first time since 2019. We'll hear from them next.
Did you know it was good when you put it back?
It felt good. Everybody's asked me, like, did you get it off? And I was like, yeah, I think so. But, I mean, it was so close, you never know.
Derek White kept the Celtics season alive and forced a Game 7 with an incredible buzzer beater last night in Big Board Sports. But first, the New Braunfels Canyon softball team is heading back to Austin for the first time since 2019, and they're doing it with their undefeated record still intact. The Cougarettes punched their tickets to state with a sweep of Smithson Valley in the UIL Class 5A regional final. They cruised to a big 10-0 win in Game 1, then used a late surge to win the low-scoring Game 2 yesterday, 4-1. The second game was definitely a tougher matchup, but the Cougarettes were up to the challenge.
I think we came into it knowing it was going to be hard, but we knew we were going to have to fight because they were going to want it just as much as we did. But we just have to want it a little more fight a little harder.
It's amazing. It's amazing to be here. And like I've said, is the best part about it is being able to go with this group of kids, because it's just a great group of kids. They get along well. They compete hard. Yeah, it's just they're a joy to be around, like every day, all season long. So it's just amazing feeling to be able to go with them.
Well-deserved cheers there. 31-0 Canyon will face Colleyville Heritage in the UIL Class 5A state semifinals this Friday at 1 p.m. Should they advance, the Class 5A title game is Saturday at 1 p.m. And D'Hanis will open defense of their state title on Tuesday at 10 a.m. against Natchez. The 1A title game is Wednesday at 4 p.m. The Bernie champion baseball team was 2 innings away from elimination on Friday afternoon. They then rallied to win Game 2 and carried that momentum into a hot start in Game 3 yesterday to punch their tickets to the Class 5A regional final. The Chargers allowed 8 runs to Corpus Christi Ray in the first game of their regional semifinal series, then pitched 12 scoreless innings over the next 2 games and only allowed 4 runs. What made the difference during the tail end of the series?
Just let them hit the ball. They would hit it right to us. We would field it. We only had, 1 or 2 errors. It was a good game. It's just awesome to be here. We haven't gone this far, and I think we've gone this far one time in school history. So let's make history, baby.
Champion will face Leander Rouse in the regional final next week, and catch all of the highlights from this weekend's action on the BGC page at KSAT.com. After a week of questions, San Antonio FC is back in the win column thanks to a 2-1 victory over New Mexico United at home last night. Rita Zuhir and Fabian Garcia both tallied goals in the first half. Toyota Field has been a fortress for SAFC since Alan Marcina took over as head coach. They are currently riding a 24-match unbeaten streak at home, and while that's impressive in and of itself, what's more impressive is their record in games after a loss. Under Marcina, the Alamo City Club has posted a 12-1-4 record in those situations. Back-to-back losses just don't happen to this group.
Home is different, you know. It's been a long time right now we haven't lost, and just the atmosphere and the energy every time we're coming in San Antonio, that's special, and I think we hope, you know, we're gonna be undefeated at home, and that's a great feeling to be back, you know, especially after a month traveling. But you know, defeat doesn't change the way we play and the way who we are. And I feel like we hope that the next game is going to be 3 points too, because, you know, home, we expect 3 points every time.
San Antonio is currently 3rd in the Western Conference standings, tied with El Paso Locomotive with 22 points. They return to action next Saturday to host San Diego Loyal SC, the 4th place team in the standings. The Celtics are not dead yet. After Heat superstar Jimmy Butler knocked down 3 free throws with 2 seconds left, Boston trailed Miami 103-102, and the Heat were 1 stop away from advancing to the NBA Finals. On the ensuing play, Marcus Smart had a great look at the game-winning shot. The ball rimmed out, only for former Spur Derek White to flash in for a rebound putback with a 1/10 of a second left to give the Celtics a wild 104-103 victory at the death. White was the inbound guy in the play. What did he see on that final sequence?
Vincent was on me, and he kind of was up top denying JT, so I couldn't get hit the ball. And I did a good job of denying JB too, and Smart Flash hit him, and there really was nobody on me. So I just raced to the corner, and then when he shot it, just tried to crash. Ball came to me, I made a shot, so that's what I saw.
Somewhere Pop is smiling. Game 7 is tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. in the Garden. Meanwhile, the future of the Spurs is still terrorizing the French National League. Victor Wembanyama scored 19 points, posted 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals, and led Metropolitans 92 to a 75-69 victory in Game 1 of their semifinal series against Asvel, which, by the way, is Tony Parker's team. A lot of Spurs connections going on over there in France right now. But the important thing is the future of the Spurs is doing well, the past is doing well. We just need to get this going in silver and black coming here.
Or wrap him up in bubble wrap until he gets there.
That too. You know,
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm sure there are a couple Spurs management professionals that are a little bit wary of him playing competitive basketball before he plays anything in silver and black.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
Quick little downpour moving north for those that are traveling along 281 in between Stone Oak and Bulverde. That about to cross over the Cibolo Creek and into Comal County. So we'll continue to keep eyes on that. But other than that, pretty isolated here this evening. Some hit or miss storms, not for everyone, possible for our Memorial Day. Just a 20% lingering chance on Tuesday. Then we dry things out for the most part and start to warm things back up by the middle to later portions of the week, guys.
All right, watch out for those splash and dash showers. That's all of our time. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you back here tonight on the Night Beat. Till then, have a great evening.